Hey guys, today I thought I would talk all about Hermès Beauty. I have a pretty decent collection of their products. I know I've decluttered quite a bit over the years, and I made an order on the Hermès site to kind of fill in the gaps of things that I've decluttered that I wanted to kind of bring back into my collection. You guys have heard me talk about the Poppy Shine lipstick. I did finally get it. And some other things that I wanted to try again. Anyway, let's go through what I purchased and then we'll be putting on a full face of Hermès. Well, close to a full face of Hermès because they don't actually have like a complete line of products yet. I feel like that's probably going to happen pretty soon. And I'm just going to give you like my thoughts about all the products, what I think maybe is worth your money, what I think is maybe their best products, what I think are maybe products that you can pass on. So let me open these guys up. By the way, look how cute that drawing is when you open up the box. So cute. I love that. So I picked up one of their Silky Blush Powders. I got it in the shade 58 Rose Couvre. And at one point I had all of their blushes. I went out and purchased all of them like a maniac. And I liked them, but I didn't love them. And so when I did a major declutter, I don't think it was this past year, maybe the year before, I just decided to get rid of them all. I wasn't reaching for them. None of them really impressed me, but I just wanted to like revisit that and see if my opinion changed. So I picked up this one. And then I did also pick up their Rosy Lip Shine Enhancer and let's see, the Infused Lip Care Oil. I got this in the shade Rose Nashi. I love these infused lip care oils. So we'll get into that. And then here's the Poppy Lip Shine. I'm so happy to finally have this back in my collection. I did also get the eyeliner Design and Precision in #1 Black or Encre Noir. This is, I believe, their liquid eyeliner. So I wanted to give that a try. I was curious. And then I got their color eye pencil in, I know I didn't get it in black, in 73, Marron Glacé. I also picked up the lip pencil in beige tan, which I already had. I totally forgot. So I'm gonna be returning this unopened, unused. Okay, all right, so that's what I purchased. So let's go ahead and start applying this makeup. So we're gonna go ahead and start with their Luminous Matte Skincare Foundation. So I have it in the shade 25W. I think this is a little too deep for me. And they used to have like a skin tint, and I just went onto their site and I didn't see it, but it came in like a squeezy tube. I actually decluttered that because I thought it was okay, but it was not nearly like even close to my favorites. It didn't wear well. It like broke up around my nose, I remember, and it just yeah, it didn't do much for my complexion. Now, to be honest, I remember liking this Luminous Matte Foundation, but I don't remember much beyond that. So we're gonna apply this today and I'll give you my updated thoughts. There is the texture, not terribly runny, kind of typical foundation texture. I'm gonna use the Chantecaille Blend and Smooth brush. And this has decent coverage. I would say this has a medium coverage. Now, I was gonna get the primer because Hermès does have a primer and it comes in packaging very similar to this, if not the same. But I wanted to like kind of figure out my feelings about this foundation. And I thought I don't want to interfere with any of that. I don't want to put a primer down. I just want to wear that foundation. So once I kind of form an opinion on this foundation, I may go out and get that primer because I am curious about it. I love primer. It's one of those things I feel like you either love or hate. I think people who don't like primer think it's just an extra step that's not necessary, but maybe because I have dry skin, I just really like primer. Anyway, off topic, but I'm just applying this to half of my face because I want you guys to see the coverage and it kind of side by side to my natural skin. You know, I think this shade is actually good. I don't usually go for warm shades. There is fragrance to this. It has that Hermès fragrance. I'm not actually very familiar with Hermès fragrances, and I think they are fragranced with one of their like popular perfumes. I don't know what it is, but it's fragrance and it kind of smells like the lipsticks. So here is the Luminous Matte Foundation, nothing on this side. I think it's a great shade match. I like the finish. So I will say, I like this foundation, so far at least, I like this more than I remember liking it. I really like this very, very subtle luminosity that it has. It's very skin-like with a little bit of something there. Again, I don't have any primer down, so this is all foundation. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. Okay, let me apply to the rest of my face. The fragrance it's not bothering me, but I really could do without it. Blends out really nicely. It's very smooth. Yeah, I think it looks quite nice on my skin. Yeah, really pretty glow. Okay. All right. Yes, I am liking this more than I remember liking it. I remember liking it, but I don't remember loving it. And I kind of love it. I'm kind of loving the way it's looking on my skin. I really encourage you guys to like revisit old makeup because my opinion does change. I mean, maybe not from like a hate to love or love to hate or whatever, but like sometimes I'll just like things a lot more than I remember. And I feel like this is going to be a foundation that I reach for like just a little bit more regularly. I haven't reached for it very often, especially not since I first got it. So yeah, that's the Luminous Matte Skincare Foundation in 25W. Now, Hermès does not have a concealer. They don't have any powder. And, you know, I'm going to create an Hermès wish list during this video. I really, really would love for them to come out with a powder. That would be really great. I think like a loose powder would be really luxurious and extravagant. They could really do something fun with the packaging of loose powder, but a pressed powder would really be very practical and something that I know I would get and use if I liked it, get and use. So anyway, that's definitely on my wish list. A concealer also definitely on my wish list for Hermès. I wonder what they would do with a concealer. Probably be one of those pen ones I'm thinking, maybe with the brush tip or sponge tip applicator. Or do you guys think it would be doe foot? If you guys have a wish list for Hermès, please put it down below in the comment section. I would love to hear what you would love for them, but concealer and powder, most definitely. So let's talk about bronzers. I've got quite a few bronzers here. So this one was limited edition from this past spring season. So I think this is sold out and it's not on their website. So I don't know if this is available anymore. If it is, and this goes for all the limited edition products I'll be showing you, if it is available, I will link it down below in the description box. I will search far and wide for you, see if we can still get these products. But I really just love the pattern in there. I love that it's, you know, it's very summery. The blush is very, very nice. These two at the bottom to make a bronzer is very nice. And it's one of the larger compacts from Hermès. So here is like what their bronzers come in generally. And then here is their eyeshadow quad. So it's a little bit smaller. I believe the blushes are the same size as their eyeshadow quads. So I'm not going to use this because you can't get your hands on that, but I do have that and it is quite lovely. This is one of their, shall we say, regular bronzers. It's part of their regular line. So this is the Hermès Plein Air Healthy Glow Mineral Powder in #1 Totori. And I've talked about how much I really enjoy this bronzer. I love the tone of it. I love the texture of the formula. It's very, very smooth and silky. And what I really like is that it's this beautiful bronze, but it's very, very light. So sometimes I feel like I can use it all over, especially in the summertime, all over like a setting powder. If I use it really lightly, I can use it kind of like a setting powder. So I think I'm going to try that today. I'm going to use my Chantecaille Kabuki brush, and I'm just going to dip it in just once, just to pick up a little bit. And yeah, just work it in all over. There is a light dusting of it all over. I think it just warmed up my skin just a little bit. And I really, really do love this powder. This is one of those products from Hermès that I would say if you wanted to try out some of their products, this is definitely one that I would recommend. It's really, really lovely. I think what I will do is just put a little bit more of this bronzer on in the areas that I want to bronzer a little bit. So just underneath my cheekbones. And I'm just using the Farahomidi shader brush. Yeah, just a light sculpting out. Let's move on to blush. So I did purchase that Silky Blush Powder. Let's open this up. And it's in shade 58 Rose Couvray, which I'm sure I'm slaughtering. I'm slaughtering that name. And I'm not sure if Hermès has extended the shade range for their blushes since they initially came out with them. I think they had 5 or 6 shades when they first came out. And I don't necessarily remember this particular shade. This looks a little bit deeper than what I remember, but it was a long time ago. And like I said, I had them and I decluttered them, so I didn't have anything to reference. But this shade is beautiful. And I love this sheen. It also feels creamier than I remember. I remember the blushes feeling like kind of a typical average pressed powder blush. Like, I don't remember them having any sort of beautiful sheen. They didn't feel quite as creamy as this one. So I don't know if they've kind of upped the formula a little bit. Maybe the shade is a little bit different from the other ones that I tried, but I'm really, really excited for this. I'm gonna use my Chantecaille cheek brush. Oh, actually, before I do that, I do wanna mention, I do have the Hermès. This is the brush that they came out with, I believe, when they came out with these blushes. And I believe they are natural hair. They are made in France. And I was so excited to pick this up. Look how pretty this brush is. I love this brush gold ferrule. Just beautiful. It goes like beautifully with the line. I don't like this brush. It's very, very coarse. It feels very rough on the skin. It was not pleasant to use. It didn't blend out the products any more beautifully than any of my other brushes. And so I was really disappointed in this brush. I don't think their brushes is where you should spend your money with the Hermès Beauty line. Just my opinion, just my humble opinion. But after I got this brush and was disappointed in it, I just haven't purchased any other Hermès brushes. So this is the only one I have. This is probably the only one I will have. Unless one of you can convince me down below in the comment section, let me know if there's like a brush that I need to have from their collection. But yeah, this one, just not great. Just not great. I prefer, like I said, I prefer pretty much all of my other brushes to this one. So I'm gonna use this Chantecaille cheek brush. This shade is so gorgeous. It's pink, but it has this sort of warm terracotta undertone. This is really pretty. I don't know if I missed this, if my tastes have changed, if this is a new shade, but yeah, I don't remember enjoying the Hermès blushes quite as much as I'm enjoying this one. Again, much like the foundation, I remember liking them, but not like any of them blowing up my skirt. Love this blush. I do want to mention before we move on to highlighter, I do have this one very gorgeous blush. This is the Hermès Plein Air Silky Blush Powder in number 10, Rose Hale. I think I'm mispronouncing that as well. Soleil, Rose Soleil. And this, I believe, was limited edition. I think they came back out with it. I remember seeing it, I think it was on a European retailer site. It was Selfridges or Harrods. Anyway, I blasted it out, I remember, because I love, love, love this blush. And I feel like this blush is kind of a lighter version of this number 58. Let's do it side by side. Yeah, it's actually very similar. Very, very similar. So this one is number 58, and then this one is that limited edition Rose Soleil, number 58. Super duper similar. I'm so glad I got this one. So yeah, this one feels like a deconstruction, you know, broken out into 3 shades of this one in here. So very interesting. So anyway, I was gonna say, I don't believe this is available anymore. I have not seen it anywhere on retailers. I don't know if they're gonna be re-releasing it again, but if you want very similar one, get the 58. The number 58 shade. Okay, well, that was a really fun discovery. So I did a quick search for the Hermès Plein Air iridescent mineral powder. So this is basically their highlighter. Same sort of layout as the blush and the bronzer. So it has like 3 different shades in there that you're meant to swirl together. This one is number 1, Rose Atacama. This is the first one that I purchased. I really, really loved it. Again, it has that really silky texture to the powder. This is just a pressed powder formula, and it has this really gorgeous glow. So this is really great if you have very pale, very light skin, like I do. And then I did purchase the number 2 Coral Mojave. This is a little bit warmer, and this one I see is available on the Nordstrom site. I actually don't see any of these available on the Hermès site. So I don't know if they've been discontinued. I don't know if this was an exclusive to Nordstrom, but this Coral Mojave is a bit warmer and a bit deeper than the number 1. So here's number 1, and then here is the Coral. Number 1 is even shinier. The number 2 is a little bit more subtle. And then the one product I wish was not limited edition. This was absolutely stunning. It reminded me of one of my all-time favorite highlighters from Burberry, like way back in the day. Like we're talking, I don't know, like 8, 9, 10 years ago. It's this guy, this Face and Eyes Illuminating Powder in number 2, or Rose. Isn't that just gorgeous? And this is a baked gel powder formula. Just absolutely stunning. Isn't that so beautiful? But unfortunately, it was limited edition. Can't get it. I think this is at least a year old. And I think I purchased it off of a European site. But they need to come out with this as part of their permanent line. I know, another wish list item. But I really, really hope they do. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Like if you're gonna highlight, like yes, this is what you want to highlight with. These are gorgeous too if you want something a little bit more subtle. But there's something so gorgeous about this tone. I love the peachy undertone there. So I'm gonna go in with number 2. This one is available on Nordstrom. And because it has a little bit more warmth, I think that's like perfect for the summertime. You know, I'm actually gonna try using a powder puff. So this one's from Laura Mercier. It's really squishy, really great powder puff. But I've been playing around with applying my cheek products with powder puffs and sponges ever since that whole Painted by Esther and Patrick Ta's whole transition blush situation. So yeah, I really like the very blended out, soft appearance that the powder puff will give you, but I actually have not tried it with a highlighter yet. I've tried it with a blush by itself. I've tried it obviously with just powder and like powdering over the blush. I've even tried it with bronzer, and that's been okay. I have to kind of keep playing around with that, but I'm gonna try it with highlight. So I'm gonna pat my powder puff just all over the pan. Pick up, that was actually a lot of product. Let me pounce onto the back of my hand here. I don't want that much product. And I'm just curious if this will work, because I know brushes can make a huge difference, especially with highlighter. Depending on the brush, the highlighter can look completely dull or it can look super, super duper shiny. So yeah, I'm just curious about the powder puff. So I'm just gonna press that where I want. Kind of press and roll. The way I would apply powder. And I'm just gonna kind of pounce it lightly over my entire cheek here. Nice. I think the sheen that the powder puff gives is actually quite subtle. Okay, I've got my Sonia G medium fan brush, and I'm just going to, oh yeah, there's no product on here, and do you see how much shinier the highlight looks now? Okay, well, if you want a subtle application of your highlight, use a powder puff, but if you really want to make it pop, you definitely want to use one of your favorite highlight brushes. I, of course, love the Sonia G fan brushes. They're natural haired. The density of them really, it gives it the ability to really burnish out the highlight, and it gives it that gorgeous shine. It's like you're really polishing up your skin. Okay, wow, that's really shiny. I think I put way too much on with the powder puff. That's okay. That's all right. That's all right. We'll just glow. We'll glow today. I'm just gonna go straight in with the medium fan brush. And work that in on this side. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous highlight. So that is the Iridescent Mineral Powder highlights. I really enjoy these. This is another product I would definitely recommend from Hermès. I wish they would bring back that baked gel powder limited edition one. That would be fantastic. Okay, I don't have any Hermès brow products. I do have some of their eyeshadow quads. I've got 3 of them here. But let me go ahead and do my brows quickly. Okay, now for eyes, I've got these 3 quads. So I definitely have a favorite. Let me show that one to you first. It's this one, number 5, the Fumé one. Cooler toned neutrals, of course. It's got that beautiful pop, this like pewter shade. Really, really beautiful. And then the other 2 quads that I have are these guys. Also, very lovely. This one is really nice for like a neutral summertime look. It's on the warmer side. This one is great for the fall, I think. But I'll show you some swatches here of all 3 of the quads that I have. But I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to focus on this one. This one I think is the one I've used the least. This is number 3. And I do like this taupe shade. This pop of peach is really nice. I don't really wear a lot of like peach or pink eyeshadows. I feel like there's that risk of looking like your eyelids are irritated or inflamed. But this peach is actually quite nice because it's very bright. And then this metallic shade is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to start with this shade here. And I've got my BK Beauty 202 brush. And this shade is, it's matte, but it's like a soft matte. I wouldn't say it looks terribly powdery on my lids. And when it comes to these eyeshadows, I remember, it's actually, I'm saying this a lot in this video, I'm realizing, but I remember liking these shadows, but not loving them. I was like, oh, they're nice. I like the color stories that they came out with. The performance of these shadows are nice. I like the variety of finishes that they have in each quad, but none of them were like groundbreaking. None of them I felt like were, formula-wise very different from other eyeshadows I had used. And I wasn't actually a fan of some round and some square shades. I think it is very much in line with the look of their makeup line. It does have that kind of mod feel to it, but I don't know, I just don't really like it. It looks messy to me. It looks messy. It looks a little bit like color forms to me. I wish they made them just either all square or all round. I know that is like the most nitpicky nitpicky feedback you'll probably hear about these eyeshadow quads. But that was the first thing I thought of, before I even tried them, was when I saw pictures of them, I was like, that was a choice. That's interesting. Okay, so that color all over. I'm gonna go in with the BK Beauty A501 brush. This is a flat shader, and I'm going to go into that peach shade, and I'm going to focus this the center of my lid here, just to give it a little pop, and maybe run it in my socket line a little bit here. The pigmentation level on this peach is much higher than that initial taupe shade. I felt like I had to build up that taupe a little bit, but this is, yeah, like really bright, really pigmented. I'm gonna go in with the BK Beauty A504 brush. This is a really small blender brush, and I'm gonna go into that metallic shade and just apply to the inner corner there. Beautiful. Really bright. I do remember really enjoying these metallic shades more than their matte shades. These felt like they were really, really bright. And you can even see, which quad was it? Oh, it was this one. I really went in hard with these two, these 2 shades. And in this quad, you can see I went in hard with the shade. Okay, so those are the eyeshadow quads. Again, I really like them. I just don't think that they are like mind-blowingly incredible. I don't think they're any better than like my Natasha Denona shadows, my Tom Ford shadows, Pat McGrath shadows, even the YSL quads with that really soft, creamy formula. At least that felt like kind of different. It behaves completely differently, but that felt really, really unique. Anyway, really, really like, don't know if I love. So I've got two eyeliner options here. I've got this color eye pencil in the Marron Glacé. These feel, at least swatching on the back of my hand, these pencils feel really hard. Here is the dark brown. It has a little bit of a metallic sheen to it, very subtle. But yeah, these feel kind of hard. I'm just trying to get like that first layer off of the actual pencil, because sometimes it's just that. It's just like a little bit of a layer that you have to break through, but I don't think so. I think these pencils are really hard. These are pencils you have to sharpen, so not a twist up or anything, which is totally fine by me. Yeah, these are kind of stiff. Okay, let's see. Okay, these are not great. I don't like these pencils. Yeah, they're just stiff. They're really stiff. They feel like an actual pencil, like one that you would use to write. And that's really, really stiff, especially for your eyes. Let me try tight lining. Not great for tight lining because it's, I don't know, I'm like just irritating my eyelid trying to get some of the pencil down. That's disappointing. I mean, I don't like a super goopy, soft, like super soft pencil where it feels like it's just like flaking off on your lid, but this is the other side of the spectrum. I don't like it that hard either. All right, let me just match things up. There is a sponge tip on the other side here, and you can blend out the pencil a little bit to soften the line a little, but it's, yeah, it's just a stiff formula. Okay, would not recommend the eye pencils, unfortunately. All right, let me take a look at this eyeliner, Design and Precision. So yeah, this is their liquid eyeliner. Ooh, I gotta put it together. Okay, here is the case, and then it comes with the ink cartridge separately. See, this reminds me of when I used to do calligraphy as a kid. I used to love doing that. I think I just pop it in here. Oh, yep, there we go. And yeah, it's just a push. Let me put it back in the case, screw it on. I wonder, do I just let gravity do its work? There's no like clicky thing or twisty thing. Oh yeah, I think I see it. I think I see it running down. I wonder if I have to store it upside down or if that would make a mess. There we go. Okay. So this is most definitely a brush tip versus a felt tip. And oh, the ink almost feels kind of thick. Oh, how interesting. Let me just do one line. That's actually not helpful. There is one line. So the brush is, it's pretty firm, and it's so subtle, but it's kind of flat. Can you see that? It's kind of a flat brush, so it's not a round brush. Interesting. Okay, let's try it. I'm just gonna draw it right on top of that pencil. I do not use a liquid eyeliner often, and whenever I try, I just like start sweating. It makes me so nervous. Let's see, it's intuitive and buildable application. It has a satin finish, pigmented, long-wearing, waterproof formula made with 63% ingredients of natural origin, suitable for sensitive eyes, refillable. You know what I find so interesting? When I just drew this line, I was like, wow, that is one of the most matte liquid eyeliners I feel like I've come across. So I'm surprised to see satin finish. I wonder if it's because I'm drawing it over this pencil. I mean, yeah, I guess on the back of my hand, I see a little bit of a satin finish. It's pretty matte though, and because this formula is a little bit thick, I don't know. I don't know, it doesn't look that great. That could be me though. We'll try it again on this eye. Let's try it on this side. Okay, I do think this side was much more successful. So maybe I just kind of had to get used to using a liquid eyeliner again. It still looks choppy though. You know, again, it's okay. It's just not, it's not as good as my favorites. The Surratt one is my absolute favorite. The Tom Ford dual-ended one, that one is just, it's just great. It's so great. It will always be great. I love that one. This one is okay. It's okay. Another product though from them that I like, but I'm not like in love with. It's not like drop everything. Drop everything and run out and get it. Okay, now mascara. I used to have one of the mascaras. I didn't order another one because I have so many, they're open. I just need to get through them. But I do remember liking their mascara. Again, I'm gonna say the same thing. I liked it a lot, but I didn't love it. It was just a very nice mascara. I think the best part about that mascara was the packaging. The tube and everything, it kind of looked like, you know, like an elongated version of their lipstick tubes. And very comfortable. It had a nice weight to it and all that kind of stuff. I do remember liking the wand. That was also very nice. But the mascara itself, it was fine. It was fine. It was good. I think I used it until it was pretty much gone. So yeah, not much to report there. So I'm just gonna curl my lashes here. And which mascara should I use? I'm trying to like go through all my open ones. Let me go back to my Chanel Le Beige mascara. Now, you guys know I'm not someone that always has to put mascara on. I very often put on some makeup and I skip mascara. But when I use a liquid eyeliner or bold eyeliner like that, wow, eyeliner like that, I have to put mascara on. Otherwise, it looks really, really odd if I don't. Okay. So let's move on to lips. So this is where Hermès Beauty started. It was with their lip products. I had a whole bunch of their lipsticks. Anytime a limited edition color came out, I purchased it. And in fact, behind me, can you see? These are all empty cases because they're refillable. And so the lipsticks had gone off because I had them for so long, but I kept the cases. And I have these lipsticks. I have these Silky Shine lipsticks. I really, really like their lipsticks. I love the matte ones. I love the satin ones. I love these Silky Shine ones. I like their balm ones. I got that Poppy Shine one. I think lips is where Hermès really, really shines. And if you are tempted to try some Hermès products, I would start with their lipsticks. The cases are gorgeous. The shades are really gorgeous. The formulas are really nice. The only thing I would warn you on is the fragrance. They are fragranced and they do all have that same fragrance like the foundation has. I'm gonna go ahead and open up this Poppy Lip Shine because this was sort of the impetus behind not only this video, but like my order with Hermès. I'm like, I need to get this because I had ran to one of the store, now I can't even remember. Was it the store or Nordstrom? Anyway, no, not Nordstrom. I ran to the store at Crystal's and I thought they, of course, would have it in stock. They didn't. They didn't, but here is Poppy Shine. And you know, I'm such a stunad, so I have, is it back there? Yeah, second in, I have the Poppy Shine, but I decluttered it because it had gone off and I had the case. I should have just gotten a refill. I got the whole thing. Anyway, here is Poppy Shine. Oh, the top got smushed. Oh, this whole thing got smushed. Ooh, I wonder if I should return this. Look at this bullet. And it's like smushed in the cap. I wonder if I should get another one. Oh, I wanted to use this today. I don't want them to think I used it because then they won't let me return it. But this is like kind of jacked up. And I wouldn't really care, you know, it's just aesthetics and I'm going to use it as lipstick anyway, but like when the top is smushed, that happens actually quite often. but when it's smushed around there, that makes me nervous that the whole bullet is kind of crooked and that once I start using it, it's just kind of break off. So yeah, I think I'm gonna return this. Oh, darn. Let's do a swatch just off of this side. It's all jacked up anyway. Right there. I'm just gonna do that. And then try and do a little swatch there. It's sheer, it's very, very sheer. So I don't even know if a swatch will help, but it has a little bit of an orange tint. And then it's got this really beautiful, like champagne gold sheen to it. It's just really pretty. It's so pretty on the lips. Oh, I'm so bummed. Okay, let me put this back in the box. We'll use something else. So here is the Rosy Lip Shine Enhancer in number 27, Rose Confetti Brilliant. Hold on, let's open this up and see. I can't actually even remember what this is. Here is the packaging. Oh yeah, it's this guy. So I was kind of confused. Okay, it seems like they had two balms on their site. Let me just pull it up so I'm not making stuff up here. Okay, yes. So they have a Rosy Lip Matte Enhancer, and then they have this Rosy Lip Glossy Enhancer. That's this. This is the Glossy Enhancer. So I had tried, because these came out first, the matte ones, and I had tried, and I'll flash a picture of it up here for you guys. I had tried the matte one, and I was like, I don't like this. It felt very plasticky on my lips. I didn't like the finish that it gave because it was kind of matte, but it didn't just look matte. It looked like plastic. I really, really didn't like it. And then, so I kind of just gave up on those. So I was kind of pleasantly surprised when I was on the site here and I saw this glossy enhancer. I was like, oh, let me try this. So the shade is Rose Confetti. So it's this guy. Oh, you can really see a tint. Is this color changing? Let's see. So this is a playful pink with hints of blue, illuminating your lips with its radiant and fresh confetti-like color. I can see the blue undertone for sure. It's a very cool tone pink, almost lilac, and there's a very pretty sheen. I don't get the confetti-like though. I was worried there was going to be like little micro glitters in there. I don't see any micro glitters, so I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that, but I don't quite get confetti. Maybe it means something different in French. Now, what I will say is I do have their balm, which I don't see on their site. Oh, here it is, the Lip Care Balm. This I really like. This feels really great on the lips. It's just clear. It has like a regular, normal sort of balm finish. It's not one of those matte ones. So that one I really, really like. This is very pretty. You have to like a cool toned lip though for this Rose Confetti one, but this feels really nice and quite different from those matte ones. Okay, and I picked up the Infused Lip Care Oil, the Hermesistible, and I got this in shade Rose Nashi. And I had picked up all of these when they launched. As you guys know, I love a lip gloss, right? I love a lightly tinted lip situation. And I love those. I think it was number 4. Was it Cola? The one that I love? They were all scented differently, very light. I love the Cola scent. It kind of smelled like Coca-Cola and it had this really beautiful nude like finish to it. This is brand new and I'm so excited because this is like it has a metallic sheen. Look how pretty that is. And I thought maybe this was limited edition, but it seems like it's just part of their line now. Ooh, and this has a fruity smell, which is fun. Which fruit? I don't know, maybe like a berry? Not blueberry, like a strawberry? Oh, nice. So there is Rose Nashi. Can you see that? Ooh, it has such a nice golden sheen. Okay, I'm gonna remove this Rose Confetti, and then I'm gonna go in with this lip oil. I really like this formula, and this color is so fun, especially compared to the original shades they came out with. This one feels a little bit thicker than the other ones. The other ones felt a little bit more oily. I wonder if it's like that metallic pigmentation that kind of changed up the formula a little bit. That is so pretty. Ooh, yes. I love these. I love their lip care oils. And I really loved that they gave a different fragrance to every single one. And it was just lightly fragranced, but I love that they gave each shade a different fragrance. I thought that was really, really fun. That to me is very Hermès, right? To like take the time to do that. That attention to detail I thought was really cool. Oh, amazing. Oh, I love this. Okay. Now, much of the shades that I have in the Hermès lipsticks were limited edition. So I'm not even going to bore you with those, but just know that I really love the satin and the matte formulation for these Hermès lipsticks. They're both very, very comfortable on the lips. I think it just comes down to personal preference, but I really, really love these silky lipstick shines. So the Beige Halo, this was limited edition. I don't know if you can get it still. I will definitely link it down below if you can, but I'm going to do some swatches of these guys. So this is Beige Halo. Really light pigmentation, super glossy finish, very nourishing on the lips. Absolutely love it. If you have a similar like sort of lipstick taste to me, you're gonna love these. And then this one, which is part of the regular line, so you should be able to get this, is Beige Tan. I'm trying to look at I think it's 16. I think it's 16. This one I really, really love because the shade of this, it's just a little bit cooler than that limited edition one. Yeah, but super glossy, super comfy. Love it, love it. And it has, I don't know, I don't want to say it has like a metallic sheen because it's more of the gloss that you're going to see, but it feels like there's a little bit of a metallic shine to it. Very subtle. So those are all the things that I purchased from Hermès and my collection and my thoughts. I think if I were to give you like my top 3 products to try, and this has changed throughout this video. I had my top 3 when I started, but now I'm gonna say this lip oil, any shade. If you don't like a metallic sheen, the ones that are just like a cream color to them, like the original ones they came out with, those are lovely. I just really like this formula. They feel really, really great. And these silky lipstick shines are another recommendation for me. And I was gonna say the highlighter, if I had to pick 3, I would say the highlighter, but now it's this blush. Where did it go? I love, love, love this blush, this number 58 blush. This is absolutely gorgeous. I have to go back in my videos and see if this was part of the original launch when they launched the blushes, because I'm really surprised. I'm very pleasantly surprised at how much I love this. This is gorgeous, but I do also like the highlighter and I like the bronzers. This foundation is quite lovely. Again, nothing wrong with it, but I just don't know that there's anything special with this foundation versus any of the other foundations in my collection. Same with the eyeshadows, same with the mascara. One thing I would definitely stay away from is the eyeliner. Not great. That is definitely kind of like a hard pass. The brushes, at least with my experience with the cheek brush, a hard pass. And that's, oh, you know what I didn't try? I'm so sorry, is the lip liner. So I have the lip liner in Beige Tan. Let's just outline my lips now. Yeah, these feel softer than the eyeliner. I don't know why they would make the lip liner softer. And I had this one in my collection. So if one is gonna feel dried out, it would be the lip liner, because I just got that eyeliner from Hermès, so that should not be dried out or whatever. But yeah, the lip liner is fine. Lip liner, like the eyeshadow, like the mascara, I don't think you need to run out and get an Hermès lip liner in case you want to. There's nothing wrong with them, but there's also nothing terribly special about them. The liquid eyeliner, I don't know. I'm on the fence. Like I said, I've got other ones that I favor more than this one. And I think that's it. I think that's it. So I do have a few things on my wish list for Hermès. So Hermès, if you're watching, just kidding. I know they're not watching. But if they were to be watching, Please, let's make a list here. Powders. Bring that Big Gel Powder highlighter back as part of your regular line for sure. And a setting spray. I think that would be really interesting from Hermès. First of all, the packaging could be really, really cool, like a setting spray packaging. Yeah, but one that's like refreshing and maybe smells like one of their really light, bright kind of fragrances. That could really be interesting. Anyway, that's my wish list. Please let us know down below in the comment section what you wish Hermès comes out with. Also, please let us know what some of your favorites are. If your opinion differs from mine, I definitely want to hear that down below in the comment section. But yeah, let us know your thoughts down there. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.